Okay, I think it's going. All right, so for the first time ever, I'm going to tell you a story in person because this is a great story. So we're gonna try this. And my computer is not fancy enough to take a video of me and be good at it. So I'm gonna do this ghetto style, and we're going to just take a video on my camera, and I'm not gonna edit it at all. It's just gonna be what it is, okay? So deal with it. I'm not a vlogger, okay? That's not what I do. So anyways, this is the story of the day, March 4th, I think it was, if you're into dates, that Emily and Lottie and I woke up, you know, as you do, just to head out, you know, and just go to the Sahara. No big deal, just, you know, as one does. So we get up super early and to get our little minibus, and we go outside. I'm gonna put a little pause on this right here and say, if you read my blog, my first Morocco blog, you know that on the day that I woke up to go to Marrakesh, on my iPod, I heard the song Africa, you know, the Toto one, and I sang a little something like this: I bless the rains down in Africa. You know that part? And I sang that song over and over and over again, because if there's any day to listen to that song, it's gonna be the day that you're going to Africa, right? So, but the point is that I think I sang it a little too hard, a little too heartfelt, maybe, because we go out that day and it was raining in Africa, which it does, but so it was raining is the point. It's raining pretty good there. So we get in the bus, and it's really early, and we're heading out. We leave Marrakesh. We're just, you know, we're going, and so we've got the three of us, and then we meet some new friends. We have Louise, who's Irish, and Mary, who's English. So now we've got, you know, a crew of 5. We're rolling 5 deep, and we're just going through the bus, leaving Marrakesh, checking out the scenery, and the scenery in Morocco, I'm gonna venture to say, is more diverse than anywhere I've ever seen or imagined or dreamed in a dream world. Basically, you start out in Marrakesh, and then you leave, and it's kind of flat, and just you're rolling along, and then there's a world where everything is a muddy river. There's just rivers of mud everywhere. All right. Then there's a world that's green and brown and kind of hilly. Then you get to a world that's mountains. Okay, the high Atlas Mountains. And in this world, I'm gonna mention that there was a blizzard in Africa, which obviously you're in a mountain, this can happen, but we just weren't expecting this. And then tout d'un coup, everything around us is just white, as far as you can see. We're like, all right, so this is all happening in real life in Africa, you know how it is. And we keep going, and we keep going through different worlds. And along the way, the 5 of us realize that we have some other friends right in front of us. We have Nare and Ayush and Michelle, who are all from California. So now we've got a group of 8 people, and is it 8? Yeah, it's 8. So when you spend like 8 hours in a bus with people in Morocco, you're gonna be best friends. So just so you know, now these people, we're all best friends. So anyways, so we keep rolling, and what world were we in last? The snow world. And then, you know, there's like rocky mountain, there's rocks falling off of these mountains, and a mudslide, and another one, and just, you know, and then there's the all brown world, and then there's this where I can't even tell you, I don't even remember them all. There were so many worlds. It was crazy. Then there was palm tree land, where everything was brown, and then you just saw a sea of palm trees. Like, there's, you know, the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, and then there's the Palm Tree Ocean that's just in the middle of Morocco, apparently. And yeah, we kept saying that it was like a video game or something, that every world is a different theme, okay? It's like on Mario Kart when you've got, like, you know, Rainbow Road. Well, there wasn't Rainbow Road, unfortunately, but I wouldn't have been any less surprised at this point. But, you know, there's like, I don't know what the levels of Mario Kart are, but, you know, snow and palm trees and just whatever. And yeah, it was crazy. It was pretty crazy. And there was also the fact that we're in this bus and we're just chilling, and this guy's got, you know, I don't know, some kind of African music, and we're feeling that because it goes with the mood. And then there's also a really strangely large amount of Enrique Iglesias songs in this bus. So, you know, just remember that because it's going to come back later. And also, just imagine if you're in a bus in Africa, just driving through Mario Kart Morocco. Imagine the number one song that you would not expect to hear in the bus. I'm going to give you a minute. Okay. You're probably thinking of, I don't even know, something random. But if you thought of Whiskey Lullaby by Brad Paisley and Alison Krauss, then you win. Because that's the song that I just randomly heard. And of course, I'm the only one that knows this song, as I'm the only one who is from the southern United States and knows a thing or two about country music, okay? It's kind of bluegrassy. But anyways, no, it's just country. Anyways, so that happened. So that was strange. So we're just living in an alternate universe here. Also, another adventure. We get out to take some pictures. Photo, vite, photo. Okay, that's the cheer. And we get out to take a couple pictures. And as a result from the rain, remember the rain, I bless the rains down in Africa, there was mud everywhere. And this mud was weird. I guess this is what happens in sand and water. It's like a weird mud, and we all sank in it. So we got out to take 2 photos, and we all sank. Not only that, there was a car that sank. And my shoes attracted the most mud of all. And so I would walk, and here would be my shoes, and just mud over the top. I don't even know. I wasn't walking any differently than everyone else. Maybe it's all that pain au chocolat that I've been eating, and now I'm so heavy I just sink in the desert mud sand. Anyways, crazy. So that was another adventure. Let's see here. What else happens? Oh, we also stopped at this Casbah thing. You know, just, it's like been in all these movies. You're gonna see a picture of it if you look at the blog. But yeah, that was pretty sweet too, and it was beautiful, and that was great. Ait Ben Hadou, that's gonna be my attempt at pronouncing that. I don't even remember if that's what it's called, but we'll see. I'll write it in the blog. It'll be all accurate. So then after many hours, and many worlds, we arrive, where we're going to ride camels. Yeah, that's right. This is what you've been waiting for, people. Maybe it's not what you've been waiting for, but it's definitely what I had been waiting for, and Lottie and Emily, we were really excited about this, okay? And our new friends too. We were just basically all excited. So we get to the camels, and somehow I get separated from my friends. They're all back there just doing their camel thing all together, and I'm up front, and I've got the leader man. He's leading my camel. Okay, so I'm riding my camel, and he's kind of got it going pretty rough, and I think it's the fault of the guide who was pulling fast. I don't know. So we're going, and I've got my backpack, and I'm noticing that I kind of had to get on really quick, and I'm noticing that my backpack is hitting both me and my camel every time he goes. So, you know, this is happening. No one likes that. And I thought maybe my camel would not like that. And then I look around at all the other people, and I see that they have their bags on this little handle thing here. So I'm like, probably probably my camel would prefer that to my sac à dos just hitting him in the behind every second. So I took my sac à dos, my backpack, and brought it around like this to bring it down. Haha. This is where it all falls apart. Apparently you're not supposed to do that. My camel stopped and kind of tried to get me off of him. So then my line stopped, everybody's line stopped because I had the guide. And that's when it all got really embarrassing. Basically, I just stopped all of our camels, and the man starts yelling in Arabic about sack. And he keeps saying sack, which obviously I understand. And so I'm like, I got it. Sack's back on the back. We're going. Just no big deal. No one worry about this. And yes, sac à dos back on the thing. But he proceeds to yell about the sack. And I'm just like, no, got it. And then he starts yelling at this other guy over here who speaks Arabic and French and apparently a little bit of English. And the guy's like, no moving. He's now my translator. He's like, no moving. I'm like, no, je comprends, I start speaking in French. And then obviously message received. Little Texas girl is embarrassed, okay? And then he's just keeps yelling things, and now the man knows I speak French, so he's telling me things, and he's like, oh, yell, translate, il n'aime pas le sac. Or no. He said, oh yeah, il n'aime pas le sac. He doesn't like the sack, okay? So I'm like, okay, he doesn't like the sack here or here. Does he prefer it here or here? And then he's like, more yelling, translating. Gets back around to me. No, il n'aime pas le sac du tout. He doesn't like the sack at all. Okay, well, what am I supposed to do at this point? I mean, I have a backpack and I'm on a camel and I'm in the desert and I don't know what to do. I can't just fling my worldly possessions out to just out to the desert. You can't do that. So I didn't know what to do. I asked him, I was like, okay, well, is this okay? I'm like, are you okay? This little other kid starts, are you okay? Ça va? I'm like, ça va pour moi si ça va pour lui. It's all right with me if it's all right with him, meaning the camel. And eventually it was all okay and we proceeded on. But that is so embarrassing. That was really embarrassing. Anyways, so then we get to the camp and blah blah blah. There's like a little tent. That was dangerously. No. A tent camp. And yeah, so we get there and they have these little tents to sleep in, and so me and Emily and Lottie, we got our little tent, and then we go in the main tent, the party tent, and we're all chilling in the corner, just with our little group of 8 people. We're having a good old time, and they make you food, and then they like drum on some drums, and then I don't know, it was great fun. And then the power cut out and we were the only ones left in there. Yeah, we had power in the desert. Aren't you impressed? But yeah, the power cut out because the wind and the storm, and then we were like, oh, let's go to bed. So we go outside, we walk outside of the tent, and the most impressive stars I have ever seen in my entire life. Just beautiful, just amazing. And as I'm glad somebody did it. This is, natural instinct, and somebody got on it. Somebody had to do it. And we hear Louise, who walks out, and we're just, we're kind of in awe, and we hear, all of a sudden, I can show you the world. And we're all like, oh, yeah. I'm thinking this is the same thing that was going on in everyone else's head, but in my head, I'm like, well, yeah, we're gonna have a Disney sing-along right now. Like, this moment is clearly pretty magical, and it's about time, frankly. I mean, we've all known each other for maybe 12 hours, so it's time to do this. No, more than that. More than 12 hours, but less than a day. Anyways, so obviously in my head, I'm like preparing for the epic Disney sing-along impromptu that we're just gonna have au milieu of the desert, okay? And someone else had something else in mind, because all of a sudden we hear What? Who's this guy? There's this guy, this Berber guy. Quick lesson. Berber refers to one of the indigenous people groups in northern Africa. Okay, so these people are Berber. They're playing Berber music and they're doing Berber dances. And this whole business. So, what? Who's this guy? This guy is some random Berber guy just standing there. We didn't see him. That was weird. And he wanted to sing too, apparently. So Louise had sung the first line. And then here's, what's his face? We don't know his face. We can't even see his face. So here he is. He sings. Okay, great. So then, of course, what happens next? We all sing, shining, shimmering, splendid. And then we hear, yeah, rock it, do it. So we did it. And then we kind of ended that song. Leave it to Louise. She's got it. She's all like, remember the disproportionate amounts of Enrique Iglesias in the car from that day. So she's all like, would you dance? If I asked you to dance. So we got on that. So we sang About a Hero, baby. And then we were like, hey dude, teach us a song in Arabic. I don't know how we communicated that to him, but we did. And so then he's all singing like da 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 da, and then we probably sound the same way that he sounded to us, trying to sing Arabic. And then at the end, he sings this like really extremely long verse, and we're like, that's not how you do this. We can't copy all that. So I can't even remember who it was. Maybe it was Michelle. I don't know. We were all awesome. So it was somebody, and it wasn't me. It's all just like, we don't know what to do. So what do? Waka waka, eh, eh. And then we hear homeboy over there. It's time for Africa. He's on it. Don't worry about it. He's got it all. He's got it all taken care of. So yeah, we kind of did a little dance at that point. We sang the Waka Waka Shakira song, just a little Berber shuffling out in the desert, because you know how it is. You know how it is. And it was pretty much amazing. And at that point, we all realized that we have an epic friendship, and we were like, all right, like blood pact, see you in Turkey next year, or like, I don't know, Malaysia, who knows. But that was at that point, you're pretty much BFF, FF for life and forever and everything. So then we dispersed, because we're like, all right, well, we should probably, we should go to sleep. So we go into our little tent. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice little tent. You'll see a picture. And we fall asleep, and it's amazing, and it's all, windy and Sahara-y, and we're like, it's just like epic, like really good sleep actually. But then at one point, I woke up, and well, I didn't wake up. I was having a dream. This comes first. I was having a dream. I was like, I'm wet and cold in my dream. This is sad. I'm gonna wake up. So then I did wake up. Turns out it wasn't a dream. It was reality. The tent door. Yeah, there was a tent door. This was like Cadillac tent. Like, this is fancy. Anyway, so the tent door had blown open, and it is pouring down rain and so windy. There's like horizontal rain just blowing through the door at me. I'm like, first of all, how are these two still sleeping through this? How is it just me that's awake? How is this not ruining your magical night of Sahara sleep? Anyways, so then I get up, and the door won't close. I have to reach my arm through the outside, through this like thing, and then I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to close. So just imagine me, it's just a little tent, and then none of the lights are on, because the power cut, and I'm pushing against the door, and I'm doing like this, and blah blah blah. Well, finally, I saved us. Yes, it was that serious. Turns out Lottie was awake, and she heard me. She just thought it was a Berber man saving us, but really it was me. It was me. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. It was epic. Well, that wasn't it, because there was a whole nother day, but the next morning we got up, we had another camel ride, and that was pretty legit. Then we went all the way back through all of the worlds. surprisingly, the blizzard world, okay, almost all of the snow had melted, and it was completely white the day before. I don't really understand how that happened, but it did. And then we got to the end, and we were best friends forever, and also it was amazing. I mean, it was pretty epic. That's so amazing. I can't believe I did all that stuff when I was in Africa. You know how it is. So basically, this is just one of the many stories that has happened to me this year, and I wanted to share it with you in person. And I hope you enjoyed this. Probably no one's going to watch it. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. Talking to a camera is really awkward. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do this again sometime, but probably not. Okay, the end. Bye. No, for real, this is awkward.